Hi, Jeremy the Tall Trainer here, and I'm on location here. I'm about to go on the news here, and I thought I'd make a quick 10-minute video while I'm out here. So I'm doing 10-minute workouts to celebrate 10 years of Tall Trainer. And so this is going to be a total body workout using no equipment. So this is going to be a great one for the winter as it approaches. You know, when people are stuck inside, you can do a workout no matter what. You don't have to get to the gym. You don't have to get anywhere. You could be in a hotel room. You could be out in the grass, which I am right now. So I'll get this rolling pretty quick, but I want to show you that. I'm going to tell you, remind you that if you share this video, that you will get a chance to win a month of our boot camp program. So if you live within the vicinity of our studio, it's going to probably be a good idea. We're giving away 10 months of boot camp to celebrate this 10 years. I want to make sure this is all about giving. So here's a great workout. Have a chance to win. So share the video, do the video. So let's get this thing started. Ready? And begin. So we got a tap back, reach up to start with. So we got 1 minute each exercise is what we're going to do. So tapping back, reaching up. So this is kind of like a warm-up exercise to get things going, just to get that blood pumping there. All right, tapping back, reaching up, and there. So as you're doing that, make sure it's a backward step. Keep your feet about shoulder width apart as you do that, or else you'll get a little unstable if you try to step directly behind the other leg. Good strong reach up in there, and as you're reaching up, make sure you're not arching your back too much. Keep the abs tight so your back is staying nice and straight. We do a backward step on that helps to stretch out the hip flexor better and help load that front leg more versus some of those forward stepping lunges tend to be a little bit harder on the knee there. Just a few more of this and we'll call it warm. All right. How you doing? Squats, slow on the way up. So you're gonna squat down and come up slowly. Squat down, come up slow. Now if you want to make it real slow, go ahead and try for the extra slow on that. It will be a better challenge for you there. Down and slow rise. As you're doing squats, make sure your weight is on your heels, sticking that butt out behind you like you're trying to tear your pants, and make sure the knees squeeze out away from each other. A lot of times people say squats are bad for your knees. Bad squats are bad for your knees. A good squat can be wonderful for your knees, but the tricky knees, you need to be with a professional to decide if that's going to be the right fit for you. All right, coming down, and as I'm pushing down, pushing my heels into the ground, and that's going to get my hips to do a lot more of this work. So you can see my butt sticking out there, my back is nice and straight, and I'm slowly rising right in there. And we're going to do push-ups with that slow rise as well. So right here, knee pushes will be just fine for most people on these. So slowly coming up, come down, slowly up. Why do slow on the way up? Because it gets us more time under tension. You'll notice that it's harder, all right? It gets us more work into those muscles in the same amount of time, all right? So shoulders away from the ears, see how my head is out in front of my hands. Abs are in tight as I'm doing this. Good quality posture there. All right. Now, even on my knees, I can do push-ups on my toes. Even on my knees, this is getting tough. This is getting toasty and warm. Now, anytime during this workout, if you can't make it anymore, you just shake it out and then resume if you can, if there's still any time left in the minute. All right, so I don't expect you to be able to hammer all these exercises out straight away there. All right, so our next one is the field goal squeeze. All right, so right in here, squeezing your shoulders down, squeezing back. So really restoring good posture is what the field goal squeeze is about. So dropping the shoulders away from the ears, squeezing them towards each other. Abs are pulled in while you're doing that. Good. Take a little while on each one of those. All right, so a little while is, you're looking at somewhere around 10 to 15 seconds per field goal squeeze at least. Sometimes we'll even do it for 30 seconds or even a whole minute holding just one. But sometimes it's good to come out, shake it out a little bit, and come back in because it helps re-stretch that area and you can get a better benefit from that. Squeezing down, squeezing back. So I feel a stretch across here. I feel some work between my shoulder blades and down here. Make sure you're not squeezing up. Down is more important than back. All right, so make sure you have a downward squeeze with those shoulders. We're so good at this. We'll reverse it. All right, split squat. So that is 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. So we're in a split, and we're doing the same thing, doing the squat. All right. So it's almost like a one-legged squat here. Now this one can be a little bit trickier if you got problematic knees. So you really got to make sure you focus on being most of your weight on the heel of that front foot, leaning out over that front leg. So if you had boogers in your nose, if they were falling out, they'd be landing on your toes there. All right, so that slight lean forward, that gets a lot more in the hip. You'll notice the work changes dramatically as you're doing that. All right, so we're not trying to rush on these, but I'll pick it up a little bit more. They're not necessarily the slow-mo like the squats were. All right, now the top, the knees stay slightly bent. If you notice your feet are getting crammed in the front of your shoe, it means you're pushing backwards too much. We shouldn't have too much forward and back. That knee stays close to the same spot the whole time. It's getting warm. It's getting warm, I can feel it. All right, and we'll switch legs. So I'll show you the front here. So coming down, squeezing up. Keeping that good posture. And again, if you can't do it the whole time, then step out for a second and rest, all right? Now, in boot camp, in our program, we have order of priorities. Number 1 priority is posture. Always have good posture. That's more important than anything else. Number 2 is range of motion. So I'm gonna try to get lower with this exercise. But if I try to go lower, but I mess up my posture, don't worry about lower. Keep the good posture and get as low as you can with the good posture, all right? And then after that, we work on adding extra resistance to an exercise. So you've got to get those first 2 things first. So we don't go throwing you into crazy stuff right away. It's not wise. It's not wise. Down, squeeze up. Think about pushing down through that front heel there. Lean towards that front leg. All right. Now we got backward arm circles. So I'm just circling back here. This is like a cousin to the field goal squeeze. All right, again, mobilize that upper back. We spend so much time in these positions, right? Driving car positions. We gotta open up that posture. Roll those shoulders back. Now don't try to crank your hands around. And just slow it down and let your shoulder blades lead the way. Up, back, and down. And again, of course, the back and down part is the most important part of that shoulder circle. So let the shoulder blades tell you how far to go. Your hands really shouldn't get behind you. If you're getting your hands way back behind you, you're cranking through the shoulder joint, not around the shoulder blade. Shoulder joint's where that rotator cuff is. You don't do too much of that, so don't reach back too far. Just squeeze those shoulder blades back. If you want to get a little extra fun, you can a little bit smaller, pick up that tempo a little bit, but stay squeezed back as you do that, and it gets a little extra. Now we're going to do a plank with shoulder taps. So right here, tapping my shoulders. I'll show you on from the front here. So tap, tap. So feet are apart on this because I'll be going to a 1-point balance on the hand. So apart kind of helps. Now you can do this from knees also. As you're doing that, just tapping the shoulder. Try to keep the hands underneath the shoulders. So don't be out here doing this one. All right, try to stay shifted forward and tapping. Abs in tight as you're doing that. And you feel that tension be working on one side to the other just a little bit. And if you can, do it up on toes for a little extra challenge there. You can start on toes maybe, and then when you feel like you got too much, you could transition to knees. Oh, I can feel it. I can feel it. There's like exercise happening. All right, next one is the YTIs. All right, so I'm gonna lay down on my stomach here, get that Y, T, and I call this one I. Sometimes they do I overhead. I like this as the I. I don't like this straight up overhead as much. Y, looking down on the floor, T, squeezing shoulders away from the ears and back, and I. Again, like the backward arm circles, like the field goal squeeze, getting that upper back. You gotta do at least twice as much upper back exercises as you do chest and arm exercises. All right, upper back is so much more important. And we have such bad posture, such weak muscles there. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Y, T, I. There you go. So my thumb is up the whole time. You see that? Trying to keep my shoulders away from the ears, looking at the floor, keeping that squeeze between my shoulder blades there. All right, the last one, a little bit of ab to finish with. All right, some V-ups. So legs are up in the air, abs are in tight, reaching back and coming up just a little bit. We'll come up way up here. What I find is when you're doing that, you're bending your back a lot. That's not necessary. We come up right into here. If you want more challenge, try lowering your legs farther. So when you lower your legs out, you're getting an arch in the lower back. So make sure the abs are tight, pressing that lower back into the mat. See if I can quick line up just a little extra here at the finish. Whew. And you know, I thought I was kind of choosing some easier options on some of these compared to what my ability level is, but I still feel it working. I can hear it in my breathing a little bit. All right, keep that chin tucked in, pulling those abs in. This one gets harder depending on how much you focus on pulling those abs in. So like you're trying to pull your stomach away from your waistband. Last one. All right. So there it is. Here I am at Fox Rochester, 13 WHAM and CW there. So I'm about to go on the air and see if we can get somebody doing a little exercise along with me. So share the video. I hope you enjoy it. Hope it is helpful for you. It gives you some exercise that you could do, you know, no matter what there, you know, no matter what the conditions are outside. If you did this 2 to 3 times a week, even just 10 minutes, it'd be incredibly beneficial. If you want to make it tougher, you rest for a minute or two and then do it again. So share the video. We'll have a good time with that. We'll be drawing the winner 3 days after I post this. And then, you know, and then we're done with that. Hopefully it's beneficial for much longer than just 3 days for you though. It can become part of your exercise arsenal. So this is Jeremy Biernatt saying, have fun. Be safe.
Tall trainer, Jeremy Biernatt. Take me all up. He's got the headband on. He's scared of you already. The kickboxer workout is about to kick my hiney, isn't it?
Punch. So we're gonna squat down nice and low, and we're gonna throw out some punches, just jabs right out there. So stay in low, 15 seconds in there. Keep the so show this side and kick.
Or it's dog on vacation, Jen.
Dog on vacation!
Oh yeah,
All right,
on
so
vacation.
then we have these circle down on one side, you come back up the other.
Should have taken the rings off.
You can do
Now, do intimidation walk towards the camera as we go up. You're doing it now, aren't you? Yeah!